Hey, my name is Dan. I used to work at the biggest dealership in the country, and now I teach fine folks like you how not to get fucked when buying a car. And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today, getting fucked at the dealership without any pleasure. I'm going to be doing an interview with somebody that's going to tell their story. Obviously, her name is going to be anonymous, but what she tell you hopefully will let you understand why I do this and why I feel about the dealership the way I feel, and why I left the dealership industry, why I don't sell cars anymore. I'm gonna give you a call and we're gonna cut back in once she's on the phone. Do you mind if I put this on YouTube?
No, I don't.
Okay, perfect, thank you. Okay, let's get this party started. I'm gonna tell your situation so the viewers can catch up really quickly. So you leased a brand new Toyota Avalon, brand new in 2016, correct? Okay, and then just a few months ago in 2020, you decided you want to continue buying this car. The lease was over. You decided instead of turning it back in, you wanted to buy out the car, correct?
Yes.
And they set you up with some very amazing fees, services, accessories, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to go over them. Can you explain some of them to me?
Okay, well, the first one he offered was the extended warranty. He told me that, and I guess the way he worded it was that they don't usually offer warranties for used cars because now obviously it's a used car.
Of course they
but
don't.
Because this was a lease. I mean, now I feel dumb, because, well, yeah, so he said that that they were willing to offer me extended warranty for, I believe, 72,000 miles or 5 years.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I currently have 32,000 miles right now, so it would either be up at, I believe they roll like 90-something thousand miles or the 5 years. Because I don't drive that far. I don't drive that much. Mm-hmm. So for that policy, originally the price was about $4,200, but he said if you add any of the other services like the wheel and the tire protection and gap insurance or any of the other ones, he would give me a discount. Mm-hmm.
So if you buy more shit, he'll lower the price.
Oh man, yeah. So because I just wanted gap insurance. So that's the only thing I told him. I'm like, well, I do want gap insurance because I already had an issue once where the first car that I financed when I was 18, I crashed it a few months later, and then my insurance only paid what the car was worth, and I ended up paying the rest, basically interest on the car, and so I learned from that, and ever since then I've always asked for gap insurance, which was about it was $1,200. That's what they were charging.
Wow!
But he gave me a discount, and on the contract it shows $995.
Wow. Did they tell you that you can get gap insurance for free? Has he mentioned that?
No. I didn't know. For free?
Yeah. You can still cancel it. You can have gap insurance for free from your insurance company. I don't know who's your insurance company, but ask him. Or if they're not offering for free, you can have it for like $5 a month. $5 a month. And you only need it for a few months.
I didn't even know that I could have purchased the gap insurance on my own until I saw your video that night.
Yeah. So you can cancel it.
I have no idea.
You can cancel.
No, I already did. Yeah, I did. I canceled everything that night.
The first fee, it says here, cash price accessories for $495. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, that was the inspection. That's another headache. So basically, yeah. When I called to get the pay, I was emailing one of the sales reps, and I still have the email where he gave me my payoff price that I had already confirmed, and he said, and he put taxes was gonna be $1,800, and then he put dealer fees $995. And then he gave me the photo, and I was like, wait a minute, what are the dealer fees if I'm going to keep the car? There shouldn't be any, wear and tear. The fees that they usually charge when you return it.
You already.
So I was like, and he's like, well, no, we have to inspect the vehicle. For that we charge $495, and then $500 for the registration. And I said, well, I just paid him. Huh?
I got a question for you. Obviously, we're gonna keep your name anonymous, so nobody knows this is you. And this is just some lady that contacted me on Facebook. I don't even, I don't. It's not like I know you personally. What's the name of the dealership?
It's a Toyota dealership. Do you want me to say
Do you think people should do business with them? And do you think they have integrity? That's the question that I would love. This is true story. You're not lying. I'm gonna be posting this on my YouTube channel. So if you could say the name of the Toyota dealership, it would be very interesting.
Well, it's Cerritos AutoNation.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
Have you heard?
Oh yeah, I heard a little about AutoNation because I used to work at AutoNation.
Oh really? Yeah.
That's why I fucking left.
That's where I got the car. That's where I got the car. That's where I leased it. So I went back to the dealership where I got it from. So they were the ones that. Yeah.
Let me come back to this phenomenal $495 fee. I'm gonna call things as I see them, and I see it as $500. So this $500 fee is for them to inspect a car that you are buying from Toyota Financial, if I'm not mistaken. Correct? They don't even own the car. You're buying it from Toyota Financial.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Toyota Financial confirmed, because when I called to get my payoff price, I told them that I was shopping around for interest rates, and they're like, oh, well, are you going to continue to, stay with Toyota Financial? And I said, no, well, I don't know, because the dealership is charging me these fees, and I don't think I should pay for them. And the rep did tell me, he did say, well, we do require for the car to be inspected, because if there's anything wrong with it, then basically, we'd be liable because they're sending it back to me. But he's like, but you don't, but he did warn me, but you could look around for, I guess he didn't want to straight up tell me that I could have looked around at other dealerships, see if I got a lower price.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. That's why I asked, I think I commented on one of your videos asking what was the usual fees, and nobody seems to know what I was talking about for inspection fees, because I'm like, I want to see how bad I got screwed over. But So they basically told me what I already knew, which was I needed to replace my brakes, and that's the reason why I got so mad was because I knew that wasn't my first car that I did lease this car, but I purchased other cars before, and I always knew that the warranties that were like bumper to bumper don't cover brakes. So this guy flat out tells me, this is why I got so mad, because I told him, I'm like, no, I don't really need the warranty, because I know that, my car's not new, but I only have, I've been driving it 36 months, and I only have about 32,000 miles. So I'm like, I don't drive that much. And I told him, I'm like, all I need is to change my brakes. And he's like, oh, this covers the brakes. So I was like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah. And so he shows me a pamphlet where it does say brakes. And I know I was at fault, because I didn't read under the part where it says the brakes. So it has a list of everything. Apparently there's a lot of things that are related to brakes, and brake pads were not one of them. So that's why he convinced me to get that insurance. I'm so terrible saying that, but that's why he convinced me, because I was also in a hurry. It had taken me a long time already, and I had someone there with me, and I didn't want to waste. Oh, actually, my dad was with me, and I didn't want to waste my time. Now my dad didn't speak English, so the sales manager didn't speak Spanish, so he was only basically helping me with the sales people, not the finance manager. The finance manager. So for my, he wasn't very helpful when it came to that. So I was trying not to waste my dad's time, and so I also didn't take the time to read through it. But the thing is that as soon as we left the office and we signed for everything, the sales guy gave me back my car because they inspected it, and he's like, okay, well, so there is a recall for airbags, but at this time we don't have a solution yet, or I think they said a remedy. And I did actually I did confirm that. It did later. I just confirmed it actually on the website where there is a recall for my VIN number, but it says that they're still working on a solution.
Of course they're working. They're working so hard.
Oh God, is that why too?
Of course. Now what's now let's talk about $85 fee. Document processing charge. So they are charging you $85 to process documents. And on top of that, emissions testing charge, not government fees. Again, both of these are not government fees, $50. So
what is that? What is the emissions? What is that fee?
I wanted to ask you. Wouldn't it be interesting? Wouldn't it be a good idea if the salesman explain this to you so you understand instead of just naming the fee? Oh yeah, this is the fee. By the way, we made this fee up just to make money.
Oh man.
Wouldn't that be interesting? And another one, on the line 8, electronic vehicle registration for $30. Again, not government fee. For $30. But let's keep going. Let's keep going to the really juicy stuff. Okay, motor warranty, CVS of North America VSA for $3,500. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, that was the warranty rate. Yeah, that's why he lowered it down to.
From $4,200.
Yeah.
Okay. On a car, guys, keep in mind that has 32,000 miles. This is not a Ford. This is not a Chevy. This is not a Chrysler. This is a Toyota Avalon, one of the most reliable cars in the world. He's selling a warranty. Do you think they have integrity? Would you buy a car from AutoNation? Next one, motor warranty CVS of America PPM for $257. What the hell is that?
Oh God, that one. Oh, okay. So he said that he was. I don't know how he worked his numbers also because technically when he was doing when he was like typing everything in, he's like, I'll throw in the Toyota Care for free for I think he said three services. That's just for 3 oil changes. That was just for 3 oil changes. So since my payment didn't go up, he kind of, instead of charging the $4,200 I think for the warranty, he kind of, I don't know how he worked the numbers, but in total it would have ended up to be the 4,200 or 40 something hundred. Minus the gap insurance. So so he charged. You could see it's like $200 and something. That's just for 3 oil changes,
Gotcha.
And that's to wait like a couple hours at the dealership too. So they take their sweet time.
Yeah. So 3 oil changes on a Toyota Avalon. I drive a Lexus ES350. I also got an oil change a couple of weeks ago. Do you know how much it cost me? $70. With oil, with filter, with work. $70. Oh. And I got complete full synthetic, not just regular oil, full synthetic for $70. So let me do math here. 257 divide that by 70. I could have gotten 3.5, 3.6 oil changes, while you got only 3.
Yeah, and
because they like you so much.
Their quality probably. Because I know I've paid about $60 for my first synthetic.
Mm-hmm.
When I've had to pay it off after my Toyota Care expired the first time. So that really, I wouldn't have purchased that on my own. But
Absolutely.
the way he made it, he was like, "Oh, we're gonna throw it in. I'm gonna give you my discount." And I was like, "Okay, whatever." I'm like, well, that's how he sold it to me. And the other one, the tire one, I didn't even ask for those.
What's 559? On a line 3, 559.
That's the tire one. That's the tire for tires and wheels.
On a Toyota.
I didn't even ask for those. He just told me, like, I'm gonna throw in this warranty, the tire and wheels, and then throw in the Toyota Care. The three.
There you go. It's only what is it? 559 plus 257. What is that? That's about $800. $800. Why the hell not? There you go. You're making millions of dollars. What's another $800 for you? That's nothing.
So he got me with that one, and then the gap insurance, and so when I left,
Debt cancellation agreement for $9.95. Is that gap insurance?
Yes. That's
Okay,
what they
gotcha.
call it.
Very interesting. It's not called gap insurance. It's called debt cancellation agreement.
Yeah, that's what they. Yeah.
Very, 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 very interesting. So here's all the math. This is how much all this stuff costs. You know. So would you buy a car from AutoNation again?
No, especially after what he did with the warranty, the way he flat out, he didn't technically lie, but he knew what I meant when I said that I needed to change my brakes. Because I said brakes, but obviously, I don't speak car, obviously. So
Yeah.
he knew that I meant brake pads.
Yeah.
So the moment
and
I
your dad
left,
doesn't speak English, so he couldn't help you in that
he
situation.
didn't speak English. No. If he would have, if he later on when we left, and he told me, he's like, well, the brake pads would not have cost you that much money. I just didn't want to admit to how much I felt like. As soon as I left, I felt uneasy. I was like, oh man, like it just didn't feel right. And then the thing that made it worse was that the salesperson that returned my keys, he told me, he said, well, you are gonna have to replace we do the sales technician requires, is telling you that you need to he suggests that you change your brake pads and your rotors or whatever. And I was like, well, that's good because I have my warranty now, right? Because I'm like, that's what I'm paying for. And he said, well, no, it doesn't cover it. I hadn't even left a lot when he told me, he's like, it doesn't cover it. And I was like, well, this guy just told me that it did. And then I have this paper where he's telling me where it says the brakes are covered. And he's like, well, just call the service department and ask them to be sure, because I don't know. It could be, I don't know. And then, so when I got home, I called, and sure enough, they told me that no, there's no warranty that covers brake pads. They cover like brake fluid or some other kind of. So I could show you what they actually cover for brakes. And that's where I got mad, and I was like, well, this person flat out told me, he knew what I meant. That's the thing, that it's like he didn't technically lie. And then, but even then, I was like, okay, well, what if I do need it? Because, so the way they sell these warranties, the way he got to me was like, okay, now everything is now everything is computers now. This is how he said it. He's like, we don't even call our service department. We don't call them mechanics. We call them technicians, because you can't just take your car to a regular mechanic anymore, because now everything is through a computer. So it's like, if something messes up, you can't just go to your regular mechanic, and you know how much they charge, for if something were to happen to your car. So when he put it like that, I was like, oh man, I don't know how much it would cost to fix something, because I haven't been driving, used cars in a long time. I've been just getting new cars. So I haven't had car problems with like a newer model. So I was worried when he put it like that. I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm like, well, fuck it, I'll get it. So when I got home, I looked up the whole warranty thing, and your video came up, and that's when it made so much sense the way you worded it, where it was like, where you said something about like if it's a new car, like you don't even need the warranty. And then I thought about it, and like, oh my God, like it's true. Like, why would I need the warranty? By the time it's over, I'll probably hit the 5-year mark before I hit the 90-something thousand miles. That they're the limit before the warranty expires. So if I don't drive my car a lot in 5 years, I would have paid all that money, and it probably wouldn't have used it anyway. And if I did need something, then you were right about that too. It's just better to save that money and, save for a mechanic, or if something were to happen, take it to a shop, and pay it there, than to pay almost, $4,000 something in fees, for the warranty. So else it was, with interest. So it's still finance. So that amount, that's not even counting the interest rate on it. So, but when I saw that video, I started emailing the sales manager and his supervisor. I actually ended up going in. I spoke to his supervisor or manager, and I told him, he likes me. He told me this. And he told me, he said, well, you could come back and just redo the contract, and we'll cancel it. There's no problem. So they were able to do that, and I left. I didn't think I got screwed over that bad, honestly, until you pointed out the other charges. Because I hear that the document fees and other people get charged for are a lot more. So I'm like, well, $80 for document fee, maybe it's not that much, but I don't know.
$80 for document fee is not that much when you should be paying zero. Zero. When you go to McDonald's and you ask for a fucking cheeseburger, do you pay for that cheeseburger to be cooked, made, put in a box and given to you? No, you pay for a cheeseburger. That's it. So these dealerships are doing whatever they want because corrupt politicians and lack of men in this country are allowing them to do whatever they want. It's just that simple. These dealers can run amok and they have absolutely no rules, no laws that are stopping them. But most importantly, it's not rules and laws that stop evil people. It's men, and the fact that we have pretty much no men to actually do anything about this situation. Nobody is willing to stand up to these corrupt politicians and evil dealerships. That's why we have this situation. I want to say huge thank you for doing this interview.
Thank you.
I know we spoke for a minute, before, and you told me that you didn't feel great doing this interview because you felt a little ashamed that you got duped. Here's the crazy thing. I gotta tell you, this is gonna sound super Oprah-like. I'm gonna sound like Dr. Phil right now, but for real, you're brave. You got balls that you did this. Can you imagine how many other people went through this, but they're afraid? To say, "Hey, I fucked up. I'm a victim." It's like when Me Too movement started. No actress. Wants to admit that she got, screwed over by Weinstein, But I'm glad that they came out. So, guys.
Yeah, I'm glad for videos like yours that honestly they do educate people. I was never interested in cars, like I told you. I mean, it's not that obviously they're important, but to me it was like, okay, just whatever's convenient, because of my work schedule and all that. So
absolutely.
I also should have done my homework, but it's very helpful to find people like you and videos like yours, because I've seen others that they're not as open as you. So I mean, they'll still try to convince you to, you could still go this time of the month and you get a good deal. Whereas with you, your advice is to go when you have the money and you're ready. I saw that. I did notice the difference. That's why I joined your group and I was like, oh my God. Well, you live and learn. I mean, I'm 30.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I'm not that old, but I mean, I wish I would have learned this sooner. But I mean, I'm 32 now. By the time I'm 37, I'll be done paying for this car.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully sooner.
Absolutely. Pay off the car and keep it until it hits 500,000-600,000 miles. This is a Toyota. It's gonna last forever.
Yeah, I plan to.
Awesome. Thank you for the interview. I appreciate it.
No problem. I hope this helps someone else.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
The phone call is over. I just want to say something, to you. And when I say guys, I mean men. Let me do this here. Let's pretend we're fucking professionals here. If you're a woman or any woman in your family, your mom, your sister, your niece, your grandma is going to a car dealership, you fucked up. You fucked up. She will be taken advantage of, and it's your fault. It's not the salesman's fault. It's not the manager's fault. It's not evil people's fault that they do bad things. It's the man's fault that he was lazy. He didn't do it for him. He didn't prepare for that situation. It's your guys' fault. I'm calling you out. My fucking subscribers, people that share my videos, people that click thumbs up. Guys, it's our fucking job to prevent these situations from happening. It's our job. It's our job. Huge thank you for watching this video. Click here to subscribe, watch one of those two videos, and click the share button below the video. Did you enjoy the video? Did you find it useful? Do you think you're gonna save some money with it? Abso-fucking-lutely you will. Share this video on Facebook with somebody else. This is Dan Strong with 60 Minute Car. I'm signing out, and I'll see you in another video.